Russian personnel and equipment losses continue to mount, according to latest estimates by Kyiv, with one Ukrainian brigade releasing video of what it said was of a vehicle being blown up on the front line. The clip was shared by the 4th Rapid Reaction Brigade, Rubizh, which is part of Ukraine's National Guard, and showed what appeared to be an SUV racing across open ground being hit by a drone. The footage, which shows the vehicle exploding, was posted on October 9th, but was undated and gave no location. It appeared to match a longer video also posted on Telegram by the brigade, which had a timestamp of May 24th, and which cut to other attacks on Russian positions, including drone strikes on military vehicles and troops. It comes as Ukraine's defense ministry said on Saturday that over the previous day, Russia had lost 1,290 troops, taking the total number of casualties, which include both the dead and wounded, to 667,630 since the start of the war. There has also been a spike in equipment losses, with 27 armored fighting vehicles and 9 tanks being taken out in the previous 24 hours, taking the total number of losses of these pieces of equipment to 17,827 and 8,962 respectively, according to Kyiv. Pentagon officials have said that Russian losses are accelerating out of proportion, with its gains following a summer in which Moscow has continued to take territory in Ukraine's Donetsk Oblast, including a steady advance toward the logistics hub of Pokrovsk. An unnamed senior defense official told reporters that September saw the highest number of Russian casualties since the start of the war, noting that the number of casualties of dead and wounded in the first year of the invasion exceeded the total of all Soviet losses in any conflict since World War II combined. An exact tally of casualties is difficult to assess, and Russia has not updated its official figure losses since September 2022, when it said just under 6,000 troops had died. However, the UK Defense Ministry said this week Russia is likely to sustaining more than 1,000 casualties per day for the rest of the winter, posing a problem for Moscow to replenish its dwindling forces. It would be politically unpopular for the Kremlin to force a larger draft, but so far, Russia has been able to recruit more soldiers mostly through higher pensions and pay, although the increasing losses may challenge that approach. Also, South Korea's defense minister said on October 8th that Moscow might also get a boost in troop numbers from North Korea, which might begin deploying regular units to Ukraine. Vladimir Putin's troops have stepped up their counterattacks against Ukrainian forces in Russia's Kursk region, where they have made advances into Kyiv's salient, it has been reported, as a map shows the latest state of play in the area. Kyiv had said that it has captured at least 500 square miles of territory in the Kursk Oblast, just over the lightly defended border, since it staged its bold incursion in August, which raised concerns about overstretching Ukrainian forces, especially as it was followed by Russian gains in the Donetsk Oblast. On Friday, it appears that Russian forces have pushed into the main Ukrainian salient and almost entirely eliminated the smaller Ukrainian salient in the Glushkovsky district, the Institute for the Study of War said in its latest update. Russian military bloggers said Mosow's troops had surrounded Ukrainian troops in the villages of Lyubomovka and Tolsty Lug, although the Washington, D.C. think tank said it could not confirm either these claims or reports of Russian battalion-sized mechanized assaults in the area or the recapture of any settlements. Meanwhile, Andriy Kovalenko at Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council rejected claims of Moscow's gains, saying the Russian plan in Kursk Oblast has been thwarted so far, as Russian forces suffered significant losses in equipment. Meanwhile, the latest ISW map of the area shows Russian advances on south and west of the town of Veseloye and north of Lyubimovka on Thursday and Friday. The Ukrainian open-source intelligence outlet Deep State UA said on Friday that the situation in the Kursk region remains difficult, but under control, and that Kiev's forces are conducting stabilization efforts, but has not yet been possible to regain control over everything that was lost. The enemy suffered considerable losses during the assault, so it will be difficult for them to gain a foothold, the Post said according to a translation. The worst is now, probably in Lyubimovka, but we have to wait for the end of the new round of maneuver warfare. The ISW said that Russia is likely trying to push Ukrainian forces out of Kursk, while terrain conditions are dry, before rainy autumn, and winter weather would make any maneuvering difficult, and encourage Ukrainian forces to entrench themselves. Earlier, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine Oleksandr Syrsky told a documentary shown by Ukrainian broadcaster Suspilne that Russia had deployed to Kursk 50,000 troops who had been transferred from other fronts. However, he said that this move weakened Russia's position on other parts of the battlefield in Ukraine, in particular the Zaporizhzhia, Kherson, and Kramatorsk fronts.
Один снаряд зарядить. По готовности. Орудие!
Выстрел!
Орудие! Выстрел!
Заряжен готов!
Заряжен готов!